Welcome to My The Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. Welcome to Am I the Asshole Podcast, and today is Patreon Day! Let's go, baby. Oh, it's another beautiful Friday for another beautiful Patreon Day episode. Woo! It is so good. It always feels good to end the week with a nice, good old episode, man. And guess what today is? Today's actually the free Patreon Day episode. I just realized that. Oh, shit. It is the free Patreon Day episode for June. Woo! Just realized that. Oh, man. Hope you guys have been enjoying all the content that we've been having so far this week. Again, this episode is for the people, who are kind of a bit of fence sitters. They're like, I don't know about the Patreon, maybe the Patreon, you know what I mean? This to help y'all out, you know what I mean? That's why I do this for you guys, as well as we have a whole, a whole playlist of these episodes as well, just for you guys to check all them out and see if you want to get on that Patreon, man. Of course, getting that episode every single Friday. Patreon.com/MyTheAssholePodcast. Definitely check it out if you want to get on there, man. $3 a month gets you the exclusive episodes, man. That's what it is. But without further ado, man, we're gonna do the Patreon thing. We're gonna hop into the juiciest scenario we've had, and I'm excited for this one. Hopefully this one's going to be pretty good. We'll see what's up. This one is, what's the worst time to get horny? Alright, let's see what is the worst time to get horny. Alright. At work as a mall Santa is crazy. Yo, we jumped out the gate with a crazy one. Yo, what? This motherfucker said at work as a mall Santa. That's insane. Oh, man. All right, what's the worst time to get horny? At a funeral, facts. Especially if you're one of the people that are supposed to be like giving a speech and shit. Oh, or like a eulogy, I think that's what it's called. But yeah, nah, man. That would be crazy. I don't know how you would have a hard on or, okay, we talking about guys here. Let's be straight. You know what I mean? But it's like, I don't know how you would have a hard on at a funeral. I mean, maybe you kind of see somebody and you like, damn, I ain't ever seen her before in the family. Dang, she's got her chi-chis all out, Hey, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. All right, what's the worst time to get horny? As the doctor walks in to perform your vasectomy. What? Okay. I guess so. I don't know why you would have, I don't know why you would be, hard. I don't know what all that's about, but hey, do your thing. I guess so. Alright, what's the worst time to get horny? Getting hard during a physical exam. I guess what? When they gotta cup your balls? Bro, you popping a boner while they gotta cup your balls, bro? That's crazy. He's like, oh, go ahead and cough for me. It's like, are you okay? Are you everything good? And it's like, why? Is something wrong? Like, well, you got a boner, bro. Like, what the hell is going on here? That's crazy. All right, what's the worst time to get horny? A job interview. Facts. Facts. Like, whoa, man. Again, how would you, like, get in the mood? Because for me, job interview be stressful. That shit would be stressful. I would be, like, stressed. They're the least... the last thing I'd be thinking about is, like, something that would make my dick hard. You know what I mean? Like, that would be the last thing I would be thinking about if I'm being straight with you. That's crazy for you to be able to, like, get hard. I guess maybe you're trying to get your mind off it, or you're just scrolling through Instagram or something and you happen to see a little thing and you're like, damn, oh shit. Hey, goodness. All right, what's the worst time to get horny? In the middle of the night when you know your partner needs to get up early. Facts. Because all you want is some booty at that moment. You like, damn, I know she got to get up, but I really want some coochie right now. You know what I mean? Like, damn. And it'd be right there, too. And it'd be beckoning and calling to you, you know what I mean? The little lips are just like, you know you want me. Oh, man. Hey, facts, man. Facts. It's one of those where you kind of got to, like, you got to maybe get her in the shower or, like, get her before she gets dressed or something, you know? And you got to make it quick, too. You gotta make it quick. That way, you know, you can still get to bust a nut, and then she still gets off to work at a good time. You know what I mean? You gotta catch her just right. All right, what's the worst time to get horny? Dropping the kids off at carpool. I mean, look, man. At least you're in the car. You know what I mean? At least you're in the car. Now, if this was like parent-teacher night or some shit, and you out here popping along and strong, bro, that would be crazy. It would be like, Mr. Jackson, is everything all right? Is everything going on? You know, are you dealing with some discomfort? And my man's over here like, nah, like, nah, I'm chilling. What's up? Hey, damn. All the single moms would be like, oh, shit, my man packing. All right, what's the worst time to get horny? The family reunion, bro. Okay. All right, man. This some Sweet Home Alabama type shit. Oh, you're at a family reunion, dog? At a family reunion. You know, there's only aunties and cousins there, bro. Yeah, I mean, like, no. That's crazy. That's some crazy shit. That might be crazier than the Santa. Actually, no. The mall Santa thing is a little crazier. I ain't gonna cap. The mall Santa thing is a little crazier. But this one is a close second. Bro, that's wild. All right, what's the worst time to get horny? Right when I'm trying to get to sleep. Facts. Oh, my God, facts. Especially when you've had, like, a long day. You're just ready to go to bed, man. And your dick is just like, I need a beating, sir. And you're like, come on, man. Can we do this in the morning, please? Bug me in the morning, bro. I got you. And then it's just there, and you try to ignore it, you know, and then you having dreams about, like, the shit you could be watching and beating your meat to, and then you like, all right, fuck it. And you give in, beat your meat, and then before you know it, you know what I mean, you like done killed like 30 minutes, you know, you got some serotonin running through you, and now you like, damn, I'm up now, you know what I mean? That's the worst, bro. That is the worst. Yeah, man. Yeah. All right, what's the worst time to get horny? This motherfucker says 7:30 a.m. p.m. You know what I mean? He says 7:30 a.m. or p.m. Yes. Hey, you know what I mean? All right, what's the worst time to get horny? In a hostage situation. That's crazy. How could you be in a hostage situation? You know, you sitting there, you wondering like, if I'm gonna get out this motherfucker alive. Yeah, you over here popping a boner, dog. Come on, man. That's crazy. I mean, unless I guess you're somehow doing a what's that shit called? It's like that syndrome where, you know, I wish I could remember the name of it, where like you be falling in love with your captors and shit. I can't remember the name of that syndrome. I'm sure you guys will know what I'm talking about. All right. What's the worst time to get horny? After meeting your new cellmate is crazy, bro. Damn. he gonna be like, oh yeah, that's right. And you gonna be nice. I'm feeling romantical. Yeah, oh hell no, man. Hell no. Hell no. Oh, he gonna want them cheeks immediately. He gonna want them cheeks immediately. He gonna be like, yeah, this one came ready for me. I want that butt, boy. I want that butt. All right, what's the worst time to get horny? Oh, my goodness. At the gym, in my case, when my friend wakes up, it is very noticeable in the gym clothes. Yes. I've only had this ever happen one time. I've only ever had this happen where I was at the gym doing my thing, you know what I mean, getting a good pump on, and for some reason the blood was flowing to my dick, and I was like, oh, bro, not now. Not now. What are we doing? And you know, there's these little girls running around, you know, in their little skimpy little outfits, and I'm just like, focus, man, focus. This all bad. I guarantee you some of them noticed, and I was kind of embarrassed. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, oh shit, man. Look, man, this. Can we talk about this? Because it be all bad sometimes, bro. It be all bad sometimes. All right. What's the worst time to get horny? At a public pool? Facts. That's never happened. Thank God. Oh, man, because I used to know a homie. He was like, we were at like a public pool, and this was a long time ago, man. God, long time ago. But we were at a public pool, and we were there with, it was like a group of friends. And so it was like a couple, you know, dudes and some girls we knew and stuff like that. And one of the girls, he was crushing all hard, and she was wearing like a nice little bikini. And I was like, okay, shit. And so, you know, we're teenagers at that time. So, you know what I mean? You just popping boners randomly and stuff. So we had all went in the jacuzzi, right? And so homegirl had sat next to him. And I was like, aw, shit. And her soft ass shoulder just rubbed up against his. And my man was hard as trigonometry. Woo! My man was hard as trigonometry. He was like, bro, because everybody was getting out, you know what I mean, because it was like we were either going to go eat food or people were going to jump into the normal pool. But he had like pulled on, he was like, bro, and I was like, what's going on, man? He was like, I can't get out. And I'm like, what you mean you can't get out, dog? Come on, man. He's like, I can't get out. And I was like, oh, for sure. I got you. I'll chill with you, man. You know, we were chilling. I was like, just let me know when you good, man, and we'll get out. Yeah, I mean, I had to have my homies back on that one because he didn't want to be the only one in the hot tub. You know what I mean? And I understand why, you know, he was hard as trigonometry because homegirl at the time was just, god damn. And, you know, she was nice. And it's one of those things where, you know, you're a teenage boy and whatnot, you know, just a little shoulder rub, and, you know, my man is like, sugar, you know. So, yeah. I get it. Let's see. All right. What's the worst time to get horny? Oh, goodness. Really? Yeah. All right, what's the worst time to get horny? As Spider-Man at a kid's birthday party. Bro, what? All right, that one had to be personal. That one had to be personal. I guarantee you this has happened to him before. You know what I mean? His little nephew or his little cousin or something was just like, I want Spider-Man at my party. And he was like, I got you, fam. Dressed up as Spider-Man. He probably saw one of the moms and was like, yo. You know what I mean? Mom looking sexy out there. You know what I mean? Not realizing what was going on. Yeah, bro. And they were like, oh my God, Spider-Man's got a... Spider-Man's pee-pee. Oh, shit. Oh, damn. You get called out by a fucking 6th grader or some shit. Spider-Man's pee-pee. Oh, my God. That's some crazy shit, man. What's the worst time to get horny? At grandma's house is crazy. Come on, man. What? For what? For what? There ain't nothing to get horny there, bro. Come on now. Yeah. At grandma's house? Nah, you cooked, bro. You're crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right. Let's see. Oh, what's the worst time to get horny? The national anthem at school as soon as the bell would ring and you need to switch classes. I thought it was just me, but I brought it up to a few buddies a couple of months ago and they said the same thing. National anthem about comes on and we need to stand up, instantly bricked up. Or when you get like called up to the class or not like called up to the front to like answer the question and whatnot. Oh, man, bro. I'm telling you, middle school for dudes is like the worst. The worst. Because middle school is one of those times where, like, you're just kind of figuring out, like, yo, girls ain't kind of icky. You know, they kind of nice, you know. And then you know, you're also figuring out your body, too. So it's one of those things where, like, you know, you just figuring out beating your meat and all that stuff. And so you're like, okay, all right, you kind of putting two to two together, you know, you're like, okay, you know, my meat's getting hard because girls are actually looking kind of cute, but like, you know, I'm sure my penis has something to do with girls. And it's one of those confusing times where you're really figuring shit out, and you just pop bone. You see a girl, that's all it took, bro. You see a girl, you're like, damn, boom. That's all it took, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, that's all it takes a lot of times. And so when you're in class, you got to stand up, you know, put your right hand over your heart and whatever. And you're like, you know, I pledge allegiance to the flag, da 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 da. And you over here standing, and you kind of got to like, you know, or like put your hand in your pocket and kind of hold it down or something. Yeah. But when you get called up to the front of the class to like answer the question and whatnot, instantly bricked up, bro. Damn. And you got Susie up in the front. You've been crushing on Susie for the last 2 weeks. You like, damn, man, Susie gonna see my dick, bro. Like, and I already know she gonna be disgusted. You know, I'm gonna turn around. She gonna see it protruding, and she be like, "Ah, you're disgusting." I'm like, damn, son, damn. It's all bad. It's all bad. All right, what's the worst time to get horny? When you're a kid and the teacher calls you up to solve a math problem. Facts! We just talked about this one. Boys, if you are here wondering about this, flex your calves and the boner will go away. Yeah, they're like put your feet out and like stretch your feet. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, just put your feet out and flex. You know, and all the blood will just. It's like the blood's getting sucked out and going into your legs. It's woo, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, it works. Works. All right. What's the worst time to get horny? Wrestling in high school. I've seen it. Hey, yeah, man. Yeah, facts. That would be crazy. You would probably win because the dude would be so caught off guard, you know, because your hard schlong is like rubbing against him. So, you know, you would win, which would be great. But it would be also bad at the same time because you just rubbed your schlong on another dude. Like, I mean, a W is a W, right? A W is a W. You can't take away the win from the man, you know, but he did win it in the least favorable way. You know, hey, W's a W, you know what I mean? All right, what's the worst time to get horny? In the house of the Lord. Facts. They were like, oh no, the devil's in that boy's pants. Like, nah, it's just a boner, man, I promise. Yeah, because I remember when I used to go to church as a kid, and I don't know if you guys ever went to church and you guys were like, you had to go into the little classrooms when you were a kid? Like, you couldn't be in the main church area where they're like they're reading passages out of the Bible and stuff like that, and you guys were sitting in the pews and shit. You couldn't be in there because you were too young. So you would go off to the little classes, and there would be like a little teacher there, and they're like, oh, Jesus is good and Jesus is great, and we're gonna play a little game, and but yeah, you go to the little classrooms and stuff like that, and it's all mixed kids, it's all mixed ages and everything. And I remember the first time, bro, I saw an older girl. I was like in 6th, maybe 7th grade, and this girl was like probably 14, 15 years old. She had some titties. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, yo, them's the biggest titties I've ever seen. And mind you, girl, she was older than me, everything like that. I was like, yo, them titties is crazy, son. I was like, I like that. That's that I want. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I want that. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That was the shit for me. That was when I put my toys down and I found solace in the boobies. I was like, man, I can't wait to come back next Wednesday. I hope you're here. Oh man, that was a turning point in my life. I ain't gonna lie, man. But it was one of those things where it was just like my I guess you call him, I guess teacher, I don't know, but the adult watching us and shit, I talked to my parents and was just like, yeah, I think he's at a developing age where girls are kind of on his mind, this and that. Yeah. Then I had to have the talk. That was all bad. That was all bad, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. The talk be real. I know y'all been going through the talk, Woo! I wonder if they even do that nowadays, because kids got access to the internet, and I'm sure the internet has taught them shit, before you really even experience it. Because obviously, putting the bifocal and cane on right now, back in my day, we had magazines and we had like really shitty websites that would show us kind of, sexual content or whatever. But like nowadays, it's so accessible. I mean, you can see it on your phone, and kids got phones in elementary school and shit. I feel like kids in elementary school saw a titty before I did. You know what I mean? I didn't like see a titty until I was maybe like junior year. I was like 15, 16. And when I saw like actual titty, nipple and all, you know what I mean? Cause like even like the Playboys weren't all that, you know what I mean? And we never really had like pristine ones. We always had like real shitty ones. So it was like, bro, you didn't see like a clean titty until at least like late in the high school, But the kids now, it's like, bro, they know what a vagina looks like. They know what's going on. They know all that shit. I'm like, damn, son. That should be wilding to me. Now that you kind of like think about it and you put it in concept, it's like, shit. I was out here trying to load up AOL, try to see something, Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. All right, we're gonna do 2 more. What's the worst time to get horny? While your wife is giving birth. That's crazy. I mean, at least you're still attracted to her coochie, but because for me, look, bro, I'm the type of man that wants to have kids. I do. I think having kids is a great thing, but I am not about to watch my kid come out of my future wife's vagina. I'm not about to do it because I think it would ruin it for me. It really would. Seeing it stretch and do all that. Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm a stand like where she's at, you know what I mean? So we're both kind of just looking at the doctors while they're looking at her business, doing the thing, you know what I mean? That's going to be where I'm standing, because I don't want to see that, you know what I mean? I already have like this preconceived, picture of like your vagina, and it looks pretty and it's nice. I don't want to see it all gaped out and looking crazy. I'm good. I'm good, because I know me, like the moment I see it like that, that's all I'm going to be able to see. And it's just, it ain't going to be the same. And I just don't want to do that to myself. I ain't going to lie to you. I just don't want to do that to myself. My thing is, I'm going to be good. And I'll stand and just, I'll watch it like that. Yeah, I mean, we chilling. We straight. Because that's crazy, man. That's crazy. All right, well, this will be our last one for the thread. What's the worst time to get horny? The dentist. That's crazy. I mean, I guess if your kink is having your teeth scraped on, sure. Or maybe it's one of those, you got a sexy dentist. You know what I mean? Her titties are just in your face, and you're just like, yeah, boop. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. My dentist, she ain't sexy at all. My dentist is an old lady, bro. Hey, shit, man. Ain't nothing sexy about that. I'm just like, God damn, hurry up. But if you one of them lucky ones, you got you a sexy little dentist or whatever. I can see it. I'm sure he be dreaming about it sometimes. She just be scraping on the teeth and just notices, and she's like, boom, chinkle, bam, bam, doom, doom. It starts a porno out of nowhere. You know what I mean? But that's gonna go ahead and be the end of that thread, man. If you guys enjoyed that thread, let me know what is the worst place to get horny. You know what I mean? Let me know. Let me know if you guys got something that we didn't go over today. Definitely let your boy know. Get down in the comments. Get involved in that. Oh, man. But today is the free Patreon episode. So we will be doing announcements for this episode. Usually on the Patreon episodes, we don't do announcements. Why? Because you're on the Patreon. But since this one is the free Patreon episode and all the free 99 people are getting it, we got to do announcements. All right. So patreon.com/Am I the Asshole Podcast. Get an exclusive episode like this one every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenario like these lovely people did for today. And get on there, man. $3 a month. Get you the exclusive episode, as well as being able to send in your scenario to be featured on the Tuesday and Sunday shows. Audio listeners, man, love you guys so much. Keep supporting the shows, all that good stuff. You guys are showing mad support coming out for all the goodness. I love it. Appreciate it so much. Again, we are taking book recommendations for the Thursday episodes. We are almost done with Hooked. I want to say by the end of June, we'll probably be done with Hooked, if I'm being honest with you. I would say by the end of June, we'll be done with it. So definitely let your boy know, all right? And keep downloading, as well as rating us 5 stars. Helps out a lot, man, and it's all for free. If you want to help out even more on the free 99 side of things, go ahead and follow us on Instagram as well as TikTok for our short form content. We have short form content coming out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is when we post on Instagram and TikTok. So definitely, keep a lookout for that. And I always post a clip of the episode a day before the episode comes out. That way, it's a little teaser, a little something to kind of wet your palate a little bit. But yeah, and if you want to help out even more on the free 99 side of things, go ahead and subscribe to us on YouTube, man. Help us out over there. Even if you're mainly an audio listener, just hop on over to the YouTube, hit the subscribe button real quick. Helps out a lot, man, and I appreciate it so much. All right, but without further ado, let's get on into today's scenarios. Boy, do we got some juicy scenarios that I can't wait to get into. All right, I'm gonna get some drinky drink, and we'll hop on into it. I'll probably burp reading this, because every time I take a drink of my energy drink, I always have like a big ass burp. Hate that shit. Fucking sucks. Don't know what's going on with that. I don't know why it keeps falling asleep on me. But all right, let's get on into it. Our first one. Am I the asshole for getting mad that my younger brother is proposing to his girlfriend right before me? So you have it planned out to propose to your girlfriend, but then your younger brother is like, oh, yo, let me propose to my girl right before you propose to yours. And that's kind of weird, but all right, let's see what's up. Me, a 33-year-old male, had a plan to propose to my girlfriend on our trip in November to the Maldives. There's that burp, told y'all. I told everyone in the family several months ago. My brother, 31, announced last month that he was planning to propose to his girlfriend at a trip that they had planned before mine in October. I really think that this would be taking the spotlight from my proposal if he does it before me, so I asked him not to do it or else I'll be really mad. He said he'd been planning this for a while too, but he just now felt comfortable enough announcing it. I told him it didn't matter because I announced first, so he should be able to wait until I do it. Am I the asshole for asking him to move his engagement so that I can have mine first? Bro, you are acting like a baby back bitch. Alright? This is some bullshit. Look, bro, he's doing it in October and you're doing it in November. Your families are well, I shouldn't say families, but your family is going to be happy about you guys' situation regardless. Like, bruh. What the fuck, man? They're going to be happy regardless. They're going to enjoy both of you guys' engagements. They're going to be happy during Christmas time. It's all good, man. You don't need to, excuse me, you don't need to do that. Oh, I'm going to get mad and nah, man, you're a baby back fucking bitch. That's what it is. Let your brother get married or get engaged in October, and then you get engaged right after. What do you mean? Oh, it's going to take the spotlight away from me. Wah, wah, wah. No, it's not, bro. No, it's not. If anything, it's going to be like, oh my God, you know, like the parents. Oh my God, both my boys are getting engaged and married, within the same year. Like, they're going to be excited and happy for the both of you. I don't know what's up with all this. Oh my God, they're going to take away, my special moment. No, I thought it was going to be a thing where he was going to propose to his girl like the same day that you were going to propose to yours, or like maybe a day before or some shit. That's what I thought it was. But nigga, it's a whole month. It's a whole month. Calm your bitch ass down, man. It's a whole month, bro. Relax, man. God damn. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. I think he's being a baby back bitch. I think he's the asshole. All right, on to our next one. My wife admitted cheating on me before marriage. Oh.
She belongs to the streets.
Damn. All right. I'm posting this because, okay, whatever. All right, on the side note, I am greatly triggered by this because I was dating my ex for 4 years and married her when she got pregnant. Long story short, found out after 2 years the child wasn't mine. She denied ever cheating on me up until after 6 months. She admitted she cheated before we were married and claimed she was loyal in our marriage. The fuck, like I would believe anything coming out of her mouth, and got screwed over on the divorce. Oh, she knew what she was doing, bro. Oh, shit. Hold on. Cheating on me, claimed that she was loyal, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Even though the baby is not mine, I'm still required to pay for it until it's 18. The fuck, these courts reward women for cheating. That's wild. In our state, a child born within the marriage is presumed to be yours. So even though I am not the biological father, I am still the legal father. Yeah, and you probably signed the birth certificate as well, which probably is the reason why you are legally liable for the kid at that point. Damn. I am still the legal father and can't be released on the birth certificate, exactly, unless the biological father wants to step up. I'm 30 years old. My ex was born in 1996, November 5th. I don't know how old she is now, but too pissed and lazy to count, and the biological father ran away. Of course that nigga ran away. The fuck are we talking about here? And wants nothing to do with the boy. Guess she sure knows how to pick him. Damn, son, shit, nigga, so do you. So do you. Sure know how to pick them. Like, bro, that's crazy. And you're locked into this shit too. Like, legally, you have to take care of that kid. Because for one, you're already getting fucked, 6 ways from sideways up in the marriage courts. That's gotta suck. And then now she's got your ass on the hook for 18 years. Oh, bro. Damn, son. And this is why right here, is why I always tell a lot of dudes who be asking for advice, when it comes to like, oh, how do I know my girl loves me? Oh, how do I know this and that? It's as simple as just not tolerating the bullshit, man. You got to be catching these signals early on and be willing to just let it go. Because I guarantee you the way this relationship went before they got married is that it was a thing where he got her by the skin of his teeth and he was doing anything and everything to keep her around. She knew that. And she was just like, oh, I could do whatever I want. And this motherfucker is just going to want me back. And he's going to, beg for me and this and that and all that garbage. I guarantee you, she knew that right off the get-go. She was like, oh, yeah, I know that this dude is going to do whatever I say because he's going to want to keep me around. And I guarantee that's really what it was. And so when she was doing all the fuck shit where she was cheating with the baby daddy, I guarantee you, homeboy knew it was happening, but he was just like, I'm going to pretend like I don't know, or I'm going to let it go. You know what I mean? And then when she finally like came out with it and he was just like, fuck, I knew it was true. I didn't want it to be true, but it's true. And now you stuck. Now you're stuck, bro. Damn. Now you're stuck with a kid that ain't yours and a vindictive woman. That sucks, dude. That sucks. Woo, good luck, brother. Good luck. Because that's all bad. All right, let me know what you think about that one in the comments, though. On to our next one. I think my coworker likes me, but they're taken. Okay. All right. Hi. How is everyone? I came on here for some advice. All right, girl. Well, me and the people in the comments will try to help you out. I have this coworker who enjoys bantering with me, and I as well enjoy doing it back. Although I thought it had gotten to the point where they became harsh with their words, where I started to feel that maybe I truly annoyed them, up until they started to initiate physical contact, brushing past me and bumping into me, touching my hair and even touching my hand and holding it. The gist of it all, they will be getting married next year. It hurts my heart as I have developed feelings, not from this, but from the person they are and how nice I feel around them. Okay, so I don't even think this is a question of, oh, do they like me? I think this is a question of, do you like them? Yeah, I mean, because that's what it kind of seems like you're going towards. We'll see. How they are and how nice I feel around them. But I have suppressed and swallowed those feelings like a bitter pill because I know I could never act on them. I'm not sure if they could pick up on that or what, but one minute they are gentle with me, the next jabbing me with words, although it seems to be even more prominent and harsh, so that also confuses from going from one thing to the next. All right. I feel guilty for even enjoying their touch and attention, but I have tried to keep myself to myself. I feel like I'm suffocating and I don't know who to talk to about this. I have heard coworker relationship stories and it always seems to end up in drama marriage. But even still, I know with them, there is no path for me to take. I guess I ask myself the question of why do this to me? Why my knowledge of their significant other, who I have met too, by the way, I've decided to avoid them as much as it hurts me, but I will be starting a new job soon, so I won't be here very long anyways. Nonetheless, I wish them the best. Oh, man. Okay, obviously, from the context of this is clearly a girl who likes a dude. You know what I mean? From the context, we already kind of know. And the reason I know that is because she said that she fell in love with like the person, you know, who they are and everything like that. Trust me, dudes don't talk like that. All right. Two, they enjoy like the attention and like the little things, because dudes don't really care much about like, you know, the whole brushing up against us and all that kind of stuff. Nah. If anything, we're the ones doing that to the girl. But the fact that this person is the one doing it to them, this is obviously a girl interacting with a guy, and the guy has a fiance or whatever. I guarantee you this was a thing where he looked at it like, oh, you know, this girl's attractive and she's cute and everything, but I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna do anything with it. And I guarantee he knows that you wouldn't do anything with it either. So to the question of, does your coworker like you? Yes and no. Because yes, I guarantee you he finds you attractive. I guarantee you he likes you guys' you know, banter and the way you guys are able to kind of, you know, fuck with each other and be kind of cute and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, he realizes, like, for one, I got a girl. Two, I'm gonna be getting married to her. Three, she, meaning you, would not be down with like you guys doing anything, because you would obviously be against it, because you're like, oh, what about your girlfriend? Oh, I can't do that to her, this and that. He knows that there would be kind of those social barriers there that he would not want to cross. So because of that, I think he just keeps it friendly, and he's kind of in the same boat as you, like, damn, you know, if I didn't have my girl, yes, I totally would be with you. But I got my girl, so obviously I'm not about to I'm not about to cross that threshold with you. So there's that. And then obviously, you know, with you just have a crush. It is what it is. You like the dude, you know what I mean? You like the way he makes you feel and all this kind of stuff. And it is what it is. And obviously you going to a new job is probably the best thing for you, if I'm being straight. Yeah, because I can guarantee you it would get to a thing where if you were staying at that job, it would probably get to a point where you would eventually just like give in to it. And once you give into it, you're like, oh, fuck, what did I do? You know, because he ain't going to stop you. Oh, you know what I mean? Say, you know, you guys go out for drinks and, you know, and not just like just you and him kind of thing, but say it's just you, him, and some friends or whatever. You guys have a little too much, and, you know, he's like, oh, shoot, I got to take this drunk girl home, whatever, you know what I mean? And they're going to be cool with it because they understand. I'm sure everybody at the workplace understands that you guys are very, like, really close. So obviously, you know, he'd take you home, whatever the case may be, and then one thing lead to another, and it's just like, you know what I mean? So... So, you know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's like the best thing you can do, and the only thing you really can do is leave, and leave amicably as possible. Don't have contact with him. Just be like, hey, look, man, I wish you the best. You know, do your thing with your girl. Like, peace and chicken grease on that one. Yeah, because, again, that's really the only way. But to your question of, you know, does your coworker like you? Yes, but there are social, you know, ramifications that are keeping him from going off the deep end. And I think that's why he does the mean shit, to kind of not give you the wrong idea, because I guarantee you he'd be flirting with you, and he knows that he's flirting, and he sees how you react to it and how you kind of get maybe a little giddy, and you put on a little smirk, and he sees that and he's like, oh shit, you know, I think I crossed the line a little bit. So what he does is he'll go ahead and like be rude to you and kind of mean to you, so that way you kind of are like, oh, okay, no, maybe he doesn't like me. Yeah. That, I think that's why he's doing that, because she's like, oh, I don't understand why, you know, he'll be nice to me and make me feel special, whatever. And then on the same note, he'll go ahead and like make me feel, you know, like shit. And it's like, well, he kind of realizes, oh shit, I went too far, so let me kind of reel it back in a little bit. And once I reel it back in, you know, I'll be a little mean to her, so that way, you know, she doesn't get the wrong idea. And I think in some instances you probably have gotten the wrong idea and he didn't do the mean shit. And so since he didn't do the mean shit, it was like, oh, you know what I mean? It was like, oh shit. Since he didn't do the mean shit, maybe he does like me. Oh God. Yeah. So, but yes, again, to your question, yes, he does like you. It's just the social ramifications of him having a girlfriend and being married. And then you wouldn't obviously be about it if something were to happen, you know what I mean? Because it would make you look at him differently. It would, make you upset, and obviously he doesn't want to do that. But you guys let me know what you think about it in the comments. All right, let's get on to our next one. Am I wrong? Boyfriend made horrible comment about grape, knowing I'm a grape survivor. All right. I was watching the Cassie and P. Diddy trial coverage with my boyfriend. Oh, man. I've been actually following the Diddy and Cassie case. That is a crazy-ass case, man. Them niggas are wild. My boyfriend made a comment that the fact that Cassie was raped by P. Diddy then went back to him means she can't even claim he raped her. I immediately burst into tears and went off on him, saying, how could he say something like that after knowing what happened to me? I said, your ex was physically abusive to you and you still went back to her. I ran into the other room and my boyfriend followed me and said I was right and he apologized. I said, how could you say something about that after knowing what happened to me? He said he remembers me telling him I was raped, but I didn't tell him the full story. I told him I don't tell him the full story because of years of shame. Because of years I was ashamed. I knew I couldn't go to the police or even tell other people because no one would understand or believe me because I went back. My boyfriend told me he wanted to understand, so I told him what happened. I explained to him that after I had been raped, he was consistently harassing me, asking to see me again, and I convinced myself if I slept with him in my twisted mind that I would be able to get back what he took from me and that the horrible things he said and did to me that day wouldn't be true. But each time I saw him, he became more abusive, and I stayed in that cycle until I met my boyfriend before him. My boyfriend was very supportive and didn't judge me for what I told him, but I felt it was important I share my story here because if there are other great victims like me who are too afraid to share what happened to them because they aren't the perfect victim, please don't be afraid to. I definitely feel sharing what happened to me with my boyfriend made me feel so much better. I was wrong though for snapping at my boyfriend, or was I wrong for snapping at my boyfriend the way he did? Oh man, that is a loaded story. Okay, we'll take it piece by piece. As far as the grape thing, just because you went back, I feel like does not take away the fact that you got graped. All right, let's be real here. Just because you went back does not take away the fact that you got graped. You know, let's just say that. Because even in the trial, they said the same thing after, Cassie had went to after Cassie was with Kid Cudi and what all that, and then obviously Diddy had graped her, and then later on they started hanging out and they had sex or whatever the case may be, and they look at it like, oh, he raped her and then she came back and stuff like that. But to me, I look at it like that don't change the facts that he forced himself on her. It's like, you know what I mean? Yeah, she came back, but it's like he still forced herself on her. Same thing with this girl. It's like you were still forced upon even though you went back. So I understand that. Now, as far as not telling somebody or not going to the police, I think is very dumb. Very, very dumb. I don't care if you went back. I don't care. You should go to the police or authorities or somebody immediately. The moment after you are done getting raped, whatever, however you want to take that. But you should go to them. Like, the moment it happens. And I don't know why a lot of women don't. And it sucks because it's one of those things where it's like, I get that it's embarrassing. I get that it's like a horrible, traumatic thing. But it's like, you have to go to them right after. Because if you don't go right after, then it just kind of looks bad on you. It makes it look like you're lying. It makes it look like you're just doing this for attention. It makes it look like you're doing this insincerely when you're not really doing it insincerely. I know there are a lot of women that kind of are in the Me Too era because, they want money or whatever the case may be. And it sucks that there are women that are doing that. They're coming out of the woodwork talking about, oh, I was raped too. Oh, I want $1 million. It sucks because it takes away from victims who actually got raped, which fucking sucks. It's like, bro, there are girls who actually got raped, and you bitches are out here just trying to use, like, these real world situations, faking it and all this kind of stuff to get money. Like, that's crazy. But that's the whole reason why it's like, if you actually get raped, you need to go to the police. You need to go to someone immediately. Because, again, it's like, this type of stuff needs to be dealt with immediately. Because if you would have went right after it happened, you probably wouldn't have went back to him. Let's be straight. You wouldn't have went back to him. You wouldn't have had this thought of like, oh, I can get back what I lost, and oh, I can do all, you know what I mean? You wouldn't have even had these thoughts because you would have been able to deal with it in a different way. Maybe whoever you went to or whoever you were able to, like, because obviously, don't go to the police, by yourself. Obviously, tell somebody that you trust and have you and them go. That way, obviously, because you're going to be an emotional mess, you're going to be, this and that. And, you're able to honestly, put that motherfucker behind bars and been straight with you. You know what I mean? Like, it's a simple thing of just getting help right at the moment. I think a lot of girls wait far too long, and I think that is just not the way to go about it. You need to go seek help and authority right away, right after it happens, because that is the only way I feel that you will be taken serious, and you will be able to easily reconcile with it afterwards because something was done about it right then and there, instead of you waiting, years down the line to finally talk to somebody about it. Look, I get it's hard, and I get it, again, it's embarrassing, this and that, whatever the case may be, but you gotta do it. I really think you gotta do it, because if you don't, again, it just makes you look bad. It makes you look bad. It makes it look like, oh, you're lying. Oh, this and that. Oh, prove it. Oh, you can't this and that. You know what I mean? It just looks bad. And that's why I always say right after, man. Right after. Now, were you harsh to your boyfriend? A little bit. I only say that because obviously he didn't have the full story, so he really didn't know. And so he just kind of knew that happened. He didn't really know like everything. So again, it's like you were a little rude to him. Sure, he shouldn't have said what he said, and that, I mean, that's kind of fucked up. He shouldn't have said what he said. But again, he didn't have all the information, so how would he know that would affect you in the way that it did? And I mean, I'm glad that you kind of were able to be like smart enough, I guess, to understand, like, okay, wait a minute, I'm being too much. He didn't know all of the information, so let me tell him everything so that way he understands. Because I guarantee the boyfriend was just like, whoa, hold on, like, all you told me was this. I didn't hear all the rest, And so once he heard all the rest, he was like, oh shit, oh man, okay, what I said was kind of fucked up. So that's the only reason why I'm like, you were kind of a little too much with him. But again, again, I think that's more of just like you were just a little bit. You're just a little bit. You know what I mean? Just a little bit too messed up to you, boy. But again, I'm glad that you were able to fix it. And when you told him, you were like, "Oh man, I'm glad I talked about it. Oh man, I'm glad that I, got it off my chest, whatever the case may be." You know what I mean? And that's why I kind of always say, like, right after it happens, you know what I mean? Talk to someone that you trust. Go to the police about it, because once you get past all those steps, you're going to feel good about yourself. Like, okay, I did this. You know what I mean? I did this. I'm getting right to the root of the problem, and you're able to easily reconcile with it later on. So that's just my 2 cents. You guys let me know what you think about it in the comments. You know what I mean? All right, let's get on to the next one. All right, this will actually be our last scenario for today's show. So if you gotten this far in the show, thank you, love you, appreciate you so much. You know what I mean? You guys help the show go on, as they say. But let's get on into this last one. Did she cheat? Saw a text between her and her ex. Oh, bro. Oh.
She belongs to the streets.
Look, man, I don't understand. I'm going to make this rant quick. I don't understand why people date people who are friends with their ex, or that still talk to their ex. Like, if I say, like, I meet a girl and I'm talking to her or whatever, and, I'm the type of person I ask. I'm like, look, man, do you talk to your ex still? Because I look at it like, if I'm going to get, yeah, and obviously this is like after a first date. This is after, us initially talking. And then we go on a first date. And then if that first date goes really well and I'm like, you know what, I really want to continue to see this girl, then that's when I ask her, hey, do you still talk to your ex? Are there things that I should know that, might catch me off guard? Whatever the case may be. Because I like to give the person that I'm talking to that leeway to kind of just get things out there. So that way I'm not in a fucking, year-long relationship with this person, and then I'm finding shit out like, what? You've been talking to your ex? What? This and that, you know what I mean? I'd rather get it out in the beginning, so that way I kind of understand fully what I'm getting myself into. And so if she says I'm talking to my ex, gone immediately. Immediately I'm gone. Like, bro, no. Because you got to understand that if the person is still talking with their ex, that just means to me that there are still feelings there. And you're trying to get over the person, but you're not really there yet. You're still in that, like, in between of maybe I can go back to them. Maybe I could find somebody better. And then it sucks because it's like, even if they do deem you better and they start dating you and stuff like that, guess what? The moment you fuck up, who they going to? Right to the ex. So again, I look at it like any type of conversation or any type of, like, you talk to your ex, whatever, gone, nope, done, excommunicated. I'm not about to sit there and deal with that shit. If you still talk to your ex, go fucking be with them, because that's what you want. There is no friends with exes. Nah, I don't believe it for a fucking instant. Because even if the girl is like, oh no, I don't plan to be with my ex, blah 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 blah, he wants to be with you. And he's going to do anything and everything he can to try to sabotage our relationship, so that way he then can put you in a position that makes you vulnerable and you go back to him. Come on, man. I already know the games that they playing, man. Like, I see him playing 4D chess, and I'm like, nah, I ain't having that. I'm not even about to play that game. So let's get into the scenario, though. But yeah, no. Talking to your ex? Nah. Okay, this is a conversation between my girlfriend and her ex. She told me she was going to the cinema by herself, but was going with him. Oh, she lied to you. See, just the fact that she lied to you right then and there, I'd have just been like, look, bro, that's cheating right then and there. Let's be real. That's cheating right then and there. You asked, did she cheat? Yep, she did. Yeah, right then and there. That's cheating right there. The fact that you're going to lie to me and then go to the movies with your ex-boyfriend, that's a date, bro. The fuck are we talking about? That is a date. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's a date. Come on, man. Nah, bro. That's a date. That's a date if I ever heard one. Okay, him, by the way, sorry, not sorry. I might have given you a cold with the kisses. Totally worth it. She reacted with a heart. Her, if you did, I'll kill you, I swear. Him, hey, it takes two to tango. You signed the contracts, but I will be sorry. Her, ha 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 ha, LOL. I can already feel it. Damn.
What did he say?
What can you feel? Him, what do you feel? I can tell you how it starts. Her, fuck right off. Him, I really had a lovely time tonight. Her, I had fun too. Goodnight, XX, which that's like kisses. Come on, man. This was a date. This was a date, bro. That's all I can tell you. It's a date. And then I guarantee they kissed on this date. Oh, 100%. 100%. Because homeboy was just like, oh, yeah, I might have given you a cold with the kisses. It's a date. It's a date. It was a date, bro. Him, of course, love, good night. I found out they've been texting frequently and met several times. Did she cheat on me? Why are you even asking this question, nigga? When I confronted her, she said that she didn't tell me to protect me and pulled away straight away when I tried to kiss her. Bro, come on, man. Really? You believed her. You believed her when she was just like, oh, no, I didn't tell you to protect you. Bro, that already tells me right there that this is over. It's over. It's done. It's over, man. I don't understand why dudes be doing that to themselves. They sit there. All the information is right in front of them. It's there. Plain as day. And they're just like, is this cheating though? Like, she didn't go to dinner with him or anything. It was just a movie. Like, no, bruh. No, this was a date. They kissed. She wants to be back with her ex. It is what it is. You getting into a relationship with a girl that still talks to her ex was stupid. All right. That was stupid within itself. Like, let's be real here. She don't give a fuck about you, man. It's over. It's done. She cheated on you the moment she lied to you about saying, oh, I went to the movies by myself, and you found out that she went with him. That right there was already cheating. You didn't even have to go into the text messages to know that she was cheating. Like, that right there was already cheating, bro. She went on a date with this dude. And then this was not a hangout. This was not a, oh, we ran into each other. Nah, bro. Nah, this was a date. This was a date. All right. It's over, man. It's over. It's over and done with. It's over and done with, man. Craziness. But that's going to go ahead and be today's episode, man. Hope you guys enjoyed today's Patreon Day episode. Man, like I said, Patreon.com/Am I the Asshole Podcast, man. $3 a month gives you exclusive episodes just like this one, where we get into some crazy scenarios. We get into the wilder threads, all that good stuff, man. If you love what we got going on for the Tuesday and Sunday shows and you want just a little more of that stuff, I got you on the Friday, man. Definitely get on the Patreon. If you want to check out even more of the Patreon style episodes that we do, I do have a whole playlist of them. So I have like a year's worth of free Patreon episodes, man, because I did the free Patreon episode thing starting back in 2024. So I have a whole year of 2024's free Patreon episodes, and then now 6 months of free Patreon episodes for 2025. So get on down there, get in there, check them out, see what you like, all that good stuff. And we have almost, I want to say at this point, 100 hours. 100 hours of extra content over there on the Patreon for $3, dog. $3, and you get a whole fucking 100 hours of content over there. That is a hell of a deal. And it supports the show. You know what I mean? It supports us big time. But again, if you're a free 99 people, download the podcast, rate us 5 stars on the listening platforms, subscribe to us on the YouTube, man, as well as following us on Instagram and TikTok. That helps out too. You know what I mean? That helps out too. Love you guys all. I will see you on Monday. It should be Monday. Yeah. On Monday for a stream. And yeah, that'll be that. Love you guys all and peace. Usually it runs on startup. That's why I was kind of surprised.